Hi, this is Miss Diorama. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. In this video I will show you how I made this tiny little vintage gift shop, and I'll show you how I painted it using these Simptap Acrylic Markers. Arrtx kindly sent me this set of 48 markers to try out. I've never used acrylic paint pens before, but I am curious to see what they're like. Apparently this pack boasts a new colour combination including skin tone and earth tones. The markers have an exclusive top valve action that makes the tips more durable. Rather than pumping them by pressing the tip against your work, they have this button at the end that you press to get the paint flowing into the tip. The markers have 1 to 6 mm nylon brush tip for soft and flexible variable line width. For those who are interested, other features of these markers include excellent adhesion with high coverage and a reduction in colour layering, premium ink quality that is vibrant, quick dry, smooth and waterproof. With these pens you can enjoy creating artwork on a variety of different surfaces. This tiny little vintage gift shop is made mostly of plywood with the addition of cardstock and matboard, so it will be interesting to see how the markers work on all of the surfaces. Anyway, let's get started. For those who are interested, this template will be available in SVG format for laser cutters. Look for the link in the description. These parts you see here are the building walls and the floor. To use these markers, according to the instructions, begin by shaking the pen to mix the paint inside the chamber. This window on the side of the marker allows you to see the colour inside the pen and helps you to tell if the paint's mixed properly. Simply remove the cap from the pen, then pump the mechanism to release the paint into the tip. Beginning with the floor piece, I'm using colour J11 for the paving. The beauty of these markers is you can use them like a pen while getting the look of paint. Add more paint wherever you feel more is needed. You can add more paint while the first application is still wet, or you can wait till it's dry to add another application. The choice is yours. I also used this colour for some of the Damascus tiles. The next colour I'm using is colour J216. This colour has to be one of my favourite ones in the set. You probably can't see it here, but once it's dry it actually has a pearlescent sheen to it. By the way, the set also includes metallic gold and silver markers. I continued to colour the tiles with more colours that look good together. And that completes the tiles. I'm using colour J715 for the stones in the paving. There were a few applications of this colour to get this final look. With that done, it was time to do some decoupage on the interior walls. For this, I'm using some images I found on Creative Fabrica. In case you're interested, I'll leave a link to them in the description. I am applying matte Mod Podge to the wooden pieces. On top of that, I apply the images as if they are wallpaper. I do the same thing for all of the interior walls. applying matte Mod Podge over the images, which will give them some durability as well as a nice matte finish when dry. Then it's onto the front wall of the gift shop. I am using colour J11 on the upper story. I'm using colour J316 on the lower story. On the door, I'm using colour J205. These parts will make up the door frame and some door features. On these parts, I'm using colour J747. I am using colour J205 for these engraved features on the building front. One thing I really like about these markers is that you can easily paint some really tiny details quite accurately. All of the colours in this set of markers really are lovely, which made it even more difficult to choose which colours to use. I think maybe Arrtx should put together some kind of a paint by numbers book to go with these markers, because I know I would happily spend some time on that. It was time to put together some important features for the front of the building. The features are coloured with the appropriate shade before they're added onto the front of the building. Now that they are ready, all of the features can be added onto the building. Now back to the front door. These features are glued on. Then for the inside of the door frame, I'm using colour J316. I'm impressed with these markers. They really do have good coverage. It was time to install the glass into the windows. For this, I'm using a sheet of clear acetate. Each window is glued to the sheet and the glue is allowed to dry fully before cutting each one free. While the glue is drying, I will assemble the dormer window for the upper story. That done, it's back to the windows. There are even more features that need to be prepared for the building front, including these parts that will make up a curved display window for the shop front. Also, every shop front needs a shop sign. These pieces for the sign will be layered. The piece with the writing will be glued over the front of the gold piece. This gold colour will show through the letters that have been cut out. This piece will become the awning. The awning for the shop front is in two colours, this pink colour and also a red. These are more parts for the shop front. Now some of these parts can be glued to the front wall. Onto the building floor. These two parts will be glued together to make up the building base. but the edge of this piece will get some colour first. These holes are to allow for a string of LED lights to be installed. These are some shelves that will go on the back wall inside the shop. With the floor ready, the walls can be installed. And now for the lights. Although nice, I removed these flowers. With the lights partially in place, the upper floor is installed. The lights are glued in place with a hot glue gun. A door handle makes the final touch for the door. Now this front wall can finally be installed. Now it was time to install the roof. now for that curved window at the front. These parts made of cardstock are first painted. If you decide you'd like to try these Simptap acrylic markers from Arrtx for yourself, go check out their website. I'll leave a link in the description. And of course, for a limited time, there is a code you can use at the checkout. That'll be in the description as well. Once dry, the parts are glued together, along with a piece of clear acetate for the glass. Before installing the window, I felt the light wires needed to be disguised with these holly garlands. This window took some time and a little adjustment to install, but in the end I got it done. With that done, the front awning could now be installed. The sides of feet needed some colour, as well as this barge board. And with that, this tiny little vintage gift shop building was complete. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. While you do that, don't forget to turn on notifications by hitting the bell icon. Meanwhile, I hope you can stick around for this little slideshow I put together. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.